What's going on, you guys? I just wanted to come and talk a little bit about why our concept of love is a little bit messed up today and why love no longer carries the same meaning as it once did in the past. And there's a plethora of reasons as to why we view love differently today. And I just wanted to talk about a few of those reasons. And the first one I would say is the feel good feeling. It's the feeling that we fall in love with in the initial part of a relationship. It's the honeymoon phase. It's where nobody can do wrong and you're giddy over each other. You have butterflies for each other. We fall in love with that stage, and we start to associate that stage with love. We start to think that that's how love should feel all the time. And love is not like that. Love is commitment. Love is saying that I'm going to be there whether, we're high, whether we're low, no matter what feeling that we feel, I'm going to still be there. That's what love is. I'm going to love you through the ups and downs. I'm going to be committed to you through the ups and downs. I'm not only going to be committed to you when our emotions are sky high or when I'm love bombing you. That's not the only time I'm supposed to be loving you if I love you. And I think social media has a big effect in all of this as well because social media, people are creating these reels that show nothing but those type of periods of a relationship where they're cooking together or they're laid up together or they're smiling and laughing with each other. That's what we constantly see on our timeline, so we start to associate that with love. That's what we think love only is. Like love doesn't have sadness, like love doesn't have anger, like love doesn't have frustration. But the good aspects are the only thing that we see on our timeline. So if we experience something in our real life that's something other than what we see on our timeline, then what we experience can't be love. If I'm angry at my partner, but yet I'm seeing this girl every day post beautiful reels of her and her boyfriend or her and her husband, then what I'm experiencing, what I'm going through can't be love. So what do? The first thing we do is run because we think our love in reality should mirror what we see on our timeline. And that's not real love. That is not how love should be. That's not the definition of love. You know, when Jesus gives his, not Jesus, I'm sorry. When Paul gives his definition of love, it's patience. It's not quick to anger. It's how somebody deals with those frustrating periods, those hard and difficult periods. It doesn't say anything about love is when you're happy. Love is when you guys are both making dinner together. Love is when you guys are smiling together. The Bible only gives the definition of love through struggle, through trouble. Paul gives the definition as to how you should be when facing those kind of situations. When you're frustrated with your partner, love is patient. When you're angry or when you're in a back and forth with your partner, love is not being quick to anger. So he's giving you the definition of all the things that you don't see happening on your timeline. So we have lost our understanding of what love really is. Love is more about being committed and staying true to each other through the difficult times. The good times is easy to be in love. Why talk about the good times? That's easy. Love really shows its true colors. Love, a person really shows himself through the difficult times when things are hard. That's when you find out if somebody loves you or not. How do they deal with you? How do they respond to you? How do they speak to you during the difficult times? That's love. That shows you what love is. Because I remain committed to this woman. I remain loyal to this woman. I remain committed to this man. I remain loyal to this man through our most difficult times. And we made it through to reach the happy times, to reach the times where we're cooking dinner together and we're laughing and we're cuddled up on the couch. I went through the difficult times to reach those times, to reach those happy periods. That's what love is. Love is full of turbulence. It's full of obstacles. And what love is being able to stay committed to each other while navigating these obstacles, while going through the turbulence. That's love. And so many of us are just so unhealed today. Like, we get into these relationships just unhealed, and because we're unhealed, we're looking for a partner to heal us. We're looking for somebody who's not responsible for our trauma. We're looking for them to heal our trauma. So because we're looking for somebody to help us with our trauma subconsciously, a lot of this is subconscious. A lot of this is subconsciously. Maybe some of it is conscious, it's a conscious thought, but most of it is of the subconscious. We're looking for people to heal us or help us heal traumas that they carry no responsibility for. So then love becomes transactional. What can you do for me? That's all dating apps are. It's what can you do for me? I need a man that can cook and clean and provide, protect, lead. That's what I need out of a man. It becomes what I want. What can you do for me? And I've always said, love becomes lasting when it becomes about your partner. When you put your focus on them, it becomes about them and not you. How can I better serve her? How can I better serve him? What can I do to make them feel loved? When you put your partner first, you can have a more fruitful relationship. But relationships start off bad because we're so focused on I. How does he serve a purpose in my life? What does he do for me? How does he make me better? Instead of saying, what can I do to make myself a better partner for her? What can I do to make myself a better partner for him? So if we think about love in the sense of how Christ used to teach, Christ taught us to serve, to go out and serve. The disciples were cleaning Christ's feet one time, and no, I got that backwards. Christ was cleaning the disciples' feet one time. I think I said it backwards the first time, but we're gonna roll with the second one. Christ was cleaning the disciples' feet one time, and they asked him, "Why are you doing this? You're our king. You're our God. Why are you cleaning our feet? We should be doing that for you." Christ told them, "If you see me doing this for you, what does this say that you should be doing for others? You see me serving you, what should you be doing for others?" Serving. So when you put your mind on serving your partner, you guys can really experience love. And the best part about serving your partner is, in order to serve them, you have to learn about them. So you get to understand your partner better. You get to understand how they like to be loved, how they want to be loved. And when you understand that, you're better equipped to be what they need, to be what they want. But it starts with serving, servitude. I know a lot of us don't want to serve. I know a lot of us want it to be about us. And that's the problem with the world today. It's so hyper focused on individualism. If that person doesn't serve you, you should leave. If he doesn't do what you ask, you should leave. If she doesn't do what you ask, you should leave. If he brings you a little bit of stress, you should leave. Everything is about individualism, protecting yourself at all costs. So at any type of turbulence, the first thing you do is run. And because you see these people on social media having a perfect life, you're constantly running from one partner to the next partner in hopes of finding something that you see on your timeline. That's not reality. That's not reality. You're looking for this perfect person to check all the boxes when this perfect person doesn't exist. He or she doesn't exist. So I always ask women, like, what do you look for in a man? I want to see how long their checklist is, and I also want to see if they actually know the kind of person that they're looking for. And sometimes when I hear women go down this list, I just be thinking how delusional they are. You want a man that's 6'2", okay? 15% of the world population is 6'2". You want a man that makes $100,000 plus. Well, somewhere around 15, I believe, percent of people make $100,000 plus. So it's like the more you want him to be a good Christian, real Christian man, and not one who's just claiming to be a Christian, but one who actually reads the word and actually goes to church. When you have all these boxes that need to be checked, all you do is minimize your dating pool. And what happens is you become like every other woman who's fighting for that same small percentage of men. And vice versa. Same thing that goes for men. Even though men have less requirements for as it pertains for a partner that we pick, we have a lot less requirements because we provide, lead, and protect. So we don't really need women to do any of that for us. But women need all those things. So when you look for a man to be over 6 foot, to be making over $100,000 a year, to have his whole life together, to be healed, to be a son of God, when you start to put all these boxes, when you start to have a list that's this long, you start to shrink your dating pool. You're making it impossible for you to ever find someone. So what happens is these women become single forever. They become single forever, and then they tell themselves, "I'm not going to settle for less." And I'm not getting on you ladies, because it's the same vice versa. It's just different things for us. It could be we need a woman to cook, clean, and do all that kind of stuff. So we have our own issues as well. But I date women, so I'm gonna speak from a man's perspective. While I also try to, speak to y'all as well. But when you have these long lists, you make your dating pool smaller, smaller, and smaller. Next thing you know, you're looking for a man that's a part of the 5% club, a part of the 10% club. And every other woman wants that man. So that's why they say that 80% of women are fighting for like 10% of the men. Because they all have similar lists, but there's not many men out there that check those boxes, if any at all. So our idea of love is really messed up. It's really messed up. We just need to get back to understanding that love is not about happiness. Love is about getting through obstacles. Love is about overcoming obstacles, getting through the turbulence, getting through the storm together, and still remaining committed to that person, still remaining loyal to that person. That's what love is. That's what love is. Being there through thick and thin, you know, sickness and wealth. That's what love is. It's not, I'm gonna stay committed to you only when I'm happy. Or as long as you can keep me happy, I'm gonna stay committed. As long as you keep me happy, I'm gonna stay loyal. That's not what love is. That's selfishness. That's individualism. That's what can you do for me? It's your responsibility to keep me happy. That's what that is. When it should be nobody's responsibility to keep you happy. It's your responsibility to be happy and to bring that into the relationship so that you both can have a harmonious, fruitful relationship because you're both healed. So we just need to fix our way of thinking and understand love is not what it is today. But I thank you guys for checking out this video. If you have any comments, any disagreements, or if you want to add to something that I said, please leave a comment. I read them all and I respond to them all. So leave a comment. Please hit the like, please subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get all my notifications. That stuff is free, and that's all I ask. That's all I ask of you guys. Subscribe if you haven't, and hit the like and leave a comment. I engage. That's what we do. This is social media. It's a platform. That's what we do. We engage. We learn from each other. We have discussions. We help each other in our own relationships or our own things that we're going through. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be helping each other. We're a community. But I thank you guys for checking out this video. I'm gonna have more content on the way per usual. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.